Boys and girls, this is your warm-up 23 review. So when you're comparing the following expression using the less than, greater than, or equal to symbol, make sure you're looking at the highest place value they have in common. You can see that they both have a 4 in the hundred thousands place, a 3 in the 10,000s place, a 2 in the thousands place, but the hundreds place, you can see we have different digits, a 9 and a 1. So when we're comparing those digits, we know that that 1 in the hundreds place should be less than that 9 in the hundreds place in the opposite number you're comparing to. Number 2, and the information in the chart shows the total number of students in each school in Stafford City. Use the following information below to estimate the total number of students in Stafford City to the nearest thousands place. So you should have looked at all three elementary schools, Bedford Elementary, Elizabeth Elementary, Patrick Elementary, and rounded each one of those numbers to the nearest thousands place. So if we look next door to the thousands place at Bedford Elementary, we can see that's a 5, so we should round up to the nearest thousand, which would be 5,000. For Elizabeth Elementary, if we're looking next door to the 4, that 4 tells us to round it to the floor, so we should have this one as 3,000. And for Patrick Elementary, when we look next door, 5 or more tells us to round that up to the next thousand, which was 3,000. So if we add those together, 5 plus 3 plus 3 more, then your answer should have been 11,000 as your total estimate. All right, the next one, which facts are related to 6 times 7 equals 42? So remember, you can flip-flop those factors because 6 times 7 is the same thing as 7 times 6 equals 42, or you could also use the inverse operation, division, 42 divided by 7 equals 6, or 42 divided by 6 equals 7. So looking at your answer choices, you should have been able to eliminate choice A and choice B to see that choice C was the flip-flop factors, the inverse operation for 6 times 7. And at the bottom here, we see 42 divided by 7, which was the opposite operation as well. So you should have had C and D chosen here. For your last question, you had to take a look at each answer choice and decide which of the numbers would round to 500,000. So you should have looked at the 100,000s place in each one of these examples, looking next door to see whether or not it would round to 5. For our first choice, this would have been 500,000 because 5 or more would have told this to become up to 5. Our second choice, since the number next door was 1, this would have rounded to 500,000. For our third choice, this also would have rounded to 500,000 because the number next door is a 3. This one here would have rounded to 600,000 because the number next door would have told that 5 to round up to a 6 instead. So far you should have had the first, second, and third choice. Skipping the fourth choice, let's check the fifth choice. We see that's 400 and that the number next door does not tell that to round to 500,000. So this would become 400,000. And then for our last choice, 461,000, we can see that that 6 next door tells our 4 to become a 5, so that would be 500,000. So all of your answer choices should have been 4 in total. The first, second, third, and sixth choice were correct.